Hey, everybody. I want to talk about abundance. The word abundance is my keyword for the day, and it was something I was reflecting on throughout the weekend in various forms. And abundance, kind of at the surface level, is, you think about that in the form of success or money or that kind of, even an abundance of time. You can tune into that. But abundance also, for me, when you take that and you go deeper, is really that state of feeling the wealth and the plenty when it comes to life. And so that folds into an abundance of energy, abundance of resources available to me, abundance of backing available to me, all of that kind of energy. And that the frequency of abundance is very akin to the frequency of gratitude or unconditional love. It's a high frequency energy. And when I tap into that energy of abundance, what I find is it helps me find the solutions. It helps me tap into the physical reality of abundance even more. So the story that came to my mind was I was mid 20s, and I had just moved to New York City on a kind of a little bit of a whim. I visited my sister there, and I've always had some kind of interest and been enamored with New York, knew at some point I wanted to live there. And so I was 26 and I organized myself. I left my work down in Florida and I moved to New York. And I had organized myself to connect with a friend of mine who was living in a particular apartment that had a space for me to rent with her. So that helped me fluidly and affordably join the ranks of the New Yorkers. I had a little bit of a cushion from my previous job, but not a ton. And so everything that I had done to plan for this trip and this move was contingent on this plan of living with my friend. And I was there for, I don't know, maybe a month or so, something like that. And all of a sudden she told me that she was doing this school exchange thing over in France. And so that the apartment that we were in was not going to be available for me over the summer either. Long story short, I needed to figure out what I was going to do for 3+ months. And again, I didn't have this crazy cushion. I didn't have all of the, oh, let me go get a new apartment, any of that kind of stuff. And I could feel myself getting a little bit nervous, wondering, just all that energy of the lack coming in. Like, I don't have the resources, I don't have the time to figure this out, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was a short time window as well. So I could have stayed in that feeling, right? I could have stayed in that panic. I could have stayed in the energy of the anxiety and all of those things. And yet I felt myself, and I could feel the backing of this in me. It was this feeling of calm washing over me. I did a lot of the techniques I know to do, right? So I'm sitting there and all the peace is coming over me. And I decide, you know what? There's a solution here somewhere. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, maybe I'll go travel. And then the next thought was, maybe I'll volunteer overseas somewhere. And so now here I am on my computer, and that's really was all it took for me to have that sense of peace, the quietness in my voice, to have ideas and solutions present itself. Next thing you know, I am doing all my research, right? So now I'm in action. I'm taking charge of this and acting on this inspiration. So within the point of me finding out I had no home in a couple of weeks, to getting the inspiration, to organizing myself, I found myself set up with an au pair language assistant volunteering opportunity in Spain, of all places, which was another place of mine that I was just always called to. I loved speaking Spanish, all of the things. So in Spain, I had 2 weeks later bought my ticket, organized. I'd gotten approved to be this assistant. I got hooked up with a family. I bought my ticket, and here I am flying and getting welcomed by this beautiful, beautiful family that was there as part of my opportunity for the next 3 months. It was really cool. That was a lasting memory of mine, and it sticks with me to this day. So I think about that anytime I start to feel an energy of lack or contraction. That experience is so seared in my mind and in my heart and in my feelings and in my experience fully. So now it's that embodied energy, right? It's not just up here because I had that tangible experience. I'm instantly brought back to that energy. And if I feel that lack, I remember that the solutions are there. There's always a solution, always. I firmly believe that there's always a solution. And all I have to do is be able to tap in to center myself, to uplift my energy, my frequency, etc., to be able to find it and organize it and act upon it. So I would encourage you today, maybe take a minute and tune into your own experience. Tune into an experience where you did feel that energy of just pure solution, that you were in that groove, you were getting the backing, you were feeling the insights, the inspiration, etc. It could be something large like that, or it could be something simple, something small, where it was this thing that you knew you were tapped into that higher frequency. Think of that for yourself and see if you can review for yourself what that felt like, what that meant to you, and how you can apply that in the rest of your week and month and year to come. Because there's a whole lot going on, and I know that some of it is going to, or has been already, I know for us it has, been presenting certain challenges. And if you can create that foundation for yourself where you practice tapping into that energy of abundance, no matter what, you will find the solutions. All right, everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful day. I look forward to seeing and hearing any comments that you want to make. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to it. That is how not only you will get more videos from me, but it's also an opportunity for it to show up in other people's feeds so that they can perhaps receive the message that they need to hear today. Have a great one.